so we're going to be doing a Super Bowl prediction. We got everything split up. I'm talking about we got the quarterback matchup. We got the weapons, who got the better weapons. We got who going to have the better blocking. I was going to do O-line because, yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, running backs be so important in their blocking. You got wide receivers that they gonna block. You got guys like Cooper Kupp, Matt Collins. I think that's actually gonna be a very interesting matchup. Who gonna be winning the blocking game? Run offense, pass offense, scheme, play calling, offense overall. Who got the better offense? Then we go into the defense, interior D-line, edge, linebackers, DBs, run D, pass defense, scheme on defense, play calling, defense. Then we got the overall coaching. Then we got the trench matchup. Who gonna win the trenches? Wide receiver versus DB matchup. Who gonna win that? And then we got offense-defense matchup, who gonna win that? And then we got the overall winner. So it's pretty structured how we gonna be doing this prediction, man. It's not just gonna be blindly going in and saying, oh, I'm a Patriots fan, I got the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna actually break it down, be unbiased. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, at the end of the day, though, hey, at the end of the day, though, like, we gotta really be real about this. The Patriots are in the Super Bowl, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like, we gotta keep it being, like, the Patriots are in the Super Bowl, y'all. Y'all realize that, right? So, with that being said, let's get into it, bro. Let's get into it. Diggs be murkish. What you mean by that? It's a lot of ways that could be meant. We'll keep it being. It's a lot of ways that could be meant. But all right, let's get into it. QB matchup. Drake Maye versus Sam Darnold. In my opinion, Drake Maye had a case to be the best quarterback in the league. Then the playoffs came. He dropped. I don't think he really deserved that. I don't think he was the best quarterback in the league this year. My personal opinion, it was Josh Allen, because coming into the year, I had Josh Allen. And if you look at the people that was around him, it was Mahomes, Lamar, Joe Burrow. They didn't play nowhere to the same level as Josh Allen, in my opinion, this year. And Josh Allen, he didn't play as good as he was last year, but he was the best of those four. The two guys that kind of was on his level, if not better, was Drake Maye and Stafford. Stafford's situation is just so much better than Drake Maye and Josh Allen. It's kind of tough to compare, in my opinion. But I would say Josh Allen got it. Stafford probably 2 for me this year, and I would probably put Drake Maye right there. Those are the only two guys I would say for the whole season have been better. I don't even think Sam Darnold was that good against the 49ers. I also don't, if you put it into the play, like, the defense he went against, I don't think the defenses he went against, especially the DBs with the wide receiver that he does have, I don't think he played that crazy. I think against the Rams he was very good, but the difficulty of the situation, I don't think it was that crazy. So, I would say this is the Patriots. Personally, we got 1 to the Patriots. What did I just do, bro? What did I just do? Go back, bro. All right. This is the Patriots. Let's get back to the pen. Now, when it comes to the next matchup, weapons. Let's be real, bro. Weapons. It's pretty simple as this. One team has the best wide receiver in the game. One team also has the best running back in the game. You could also make the argument that the Seahawks have the best tight end in the game. I am going to say the Seahawks. I think the only real debatable ones is tight end and running back, because Ramondre has been... I ain't gonna lie. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about with the Patriots offense and Drake Maye. I think Ramondre Stevenson has been our best offensive player in terms of consistency game to game. A lot of people throughout the season was saying Travion should have been starting over him. He's kind of showing that when he's not fumbling, he's definitely a better player. Give me K9 though. Especially if somebody getting, like, just think about if both was healthy. You could argue both are better than our running backs. So I would say the Seahawks got that. And then JSN is arguably the best non-quarterback this year. So I'm gonna go with the Seahawks on that. Blocking. Now, I think this is a situation of both teams being very overrated. I think the Patriots do not have a good O-line. I've said this when people was trying to say we had a top 10. I was watching every one of these games. I don't think they have a good O-line. I think people was kind of confusing how good Drake Maye has been with how bad the O-line is. And a lot of people think that these sack numbers is because of Drake Maye. I think in the playoffs, you could actually say that more so. But there's been a lot of times in the playoffs where the O-line has showcased how they're not that good. I think the same thing on the other side with the Seahawks, but I do think injuries have a bigger case with the Seahawks. So, I don't know. This one is a little tougher because I think Owenwu probably is arguably the best one in terms of consistency. But then you got guys like Charles Cross for the Seahawks. But if we doing blocking it as a whole, like I said, I think Ramondre probably the best running back blocker in this. Matt Collins is the best wide receiver blocker. But then after those two, I would say you got guys like Cooper Kupp. Then you got the tight ends. Who's the better blockers? I would probably say the Patriots have better blockers in terms of the tight ends. I'd probably say overall, low key, I probably would go to the Patriots. I don't think this is a big gap, though. I don't think the blocking one is a big gap, in my personal opinion. Run offense. I don't think either one of these teams have a very good running game. I think in the playoffs, the Seahawks have actually had a very good running game. And I think the Seahawks run blocking. I do think the run blocking for the Patriots is worse than the Seahawks. I think the one positive of the Patriots run blocking is the outside of their offensive line. Actually, I'm chatting on the Patriots. They're not better. It's the Seahawks. Because I'm low-key putting too much emphasis into like the non-O-line. Like the O-line for the Seahawks is just better than the Patriots. It's just better. So I would say the Seahawks get that. And then run O, I would also say the Seahawks, they have the better O-line and they have the better run game. I think the weapons, blocking, committing to blocking is better for the Patriots. But I think that's more so like a culture thing with Vrabel. I don't think that we have a better overall. Now, pass offense, this one is a little tougher. Because I do think Drake Maye can make up for certain things. In the playoffs, he hasn't done that. And the Seahawks have a really good defense. I do think they have better weapons. But I do think the way that, I don't know. This is a tougher one. This may be the Seahawks too. But I don't think the Seahawks pass offense is that consistent watching them. I think if you make them pass, especially if you put pressure on the quarterback, and which teams have not done really that much of in the playoffs. Like when they played the 49ers, they didn't even have to pass at all. They really just didn't have to do too much. The Rams game, Donald was just very good. They just couldn't get pressure on them consistently. The Patriots have done that consistently every single team they played, and that's kind of thrown off every quarterback they play. Like I see a lot of people talk bad about Herbert, Stroud, Stidham. Stidham, I'm not really too much on because that's a backup quarterback, but I think a lot of it had to do with the pressure that they was getting, especially from the interior. I don't know. This one is a little tougher. But I think Drake made gaps. I think JSN gaps. It comes down to the extra guys. I think the tight end is close in the passing game. I think our running backs in the passing game is probably better. Low-key. I think K9 better in the run game, but I don't know in the passing game. And then I think the weapons outside. You got Shaheed and Cooper Kupp. I'll probably get that to the Seahawks. Low-key. I'll probably get that to the Seahawks. So we got Patriots quarterback, weapons, blocking, run O, pass O, Seahawks. Offensive scheme, this one is again the Seahawks. I think the scheme for the Seahawks is actually much better than the Patriots. I don't think the Patriots scheme is that good. But it's kind of tough for the Patriots because I don't, like I said, the weapons ain't that crazy. The blocking ain't that crazy. It's really, the quarterback is good. And we got, I think the scheme is built to make some of the players on the offense work. So it's kind of tough. But the Seahawks have actually, after the Shaheed trade, they actually have pretty solid weapons. And they have a really solid quarterback, in my opinion. And their O-line has been solid. So I think the scheme is good. It's just the play calling for me with the Seahawks is inconsistent. I also think the play calling is inconsistent with the Patriots. I would low-key argue the Patriots have better play calling. I think both is inconsistent. I think the Seahawks scheme is better. And I think the Patriots scheme is not that good. But the fact that it actually does work at times, I would probably give the Patriots that. But I do think they can get cute sometimes, and that can be troll. That may be the Seahawks. I'm trying to get the Patriots one, but that might be the Seahawks. No cap. That genuinely might be the Seahawks. That might be the Seahawks. I'm going to actually keep that, though. I'm going to go play calling Seahawks. And then overall offense, you see how many Seahawks. Drake Maye is good, but he's not making up for all that. I'm going to go Seahawks offense, personally. Simple as that. Next, we got the interior D-line. I think the Seahawks interior D-line is low-key one of their strengths of their defense. That is the Patriots. Not even really close to me. Not even really close. I think the Patriots... Leonard Williams is ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, but I think the Patriots have the two best D tackles in this game. Leonard Williams could be the best. Don't get me wrong, but I think the combination of Milton Williams, Christian Barmore, Tonga, then you think about the guys coming in with Durden and all that type of stuff. I think the Patriots have a lot of depth at D tackle. It's just kind of tough. They can rotate guys. They can do all type of stuff. Edge. I don't really look at either team with a crazy edge. I do think DeMarcus Lawrence probably the best of the two teams, so I'll probably give Seahawks that one. I don't think the edge plays that well. I think the scheme of the Seahawks makes the edge and the pass rush a lot better than what it is, in my opinion. Kind of similar to what the Chargers was, which could be an interesting thing. But I'm going to go Seahawks edge. Linebackers. Honestly, I like Dearness Jones, but this is low-key kind of an interesting one. I'm going to say, in the playoffs, the Patriots linebackers have been ridiculous. In the regular season, it wasn't that good. So I'll probably go Seahawks. Then we have DBs. I think this is just Patriots. I do think it is close because of the safeties. The cornerback is not close, though. Like, if you want to go matchup for matchup, best corner, I like Devin Witherspoon. He's not Gonzo. He has not been Gonzo when he was drafted. He wasn't Gonzo the second year. He damn sure ain't Gonzo this year. I don't really get that one. And then Carlton Davis, I seen a stat that Carlton Davis has been ridiculous. I think Carlton Davis was good in regular season. It was just flags. It's kind of like Riley Moss and Pat Surtain, where Pat Surtain locks up guys, and then Riley Moss is the guy that gets flags. Carlton Davis is kind of the similar thing. But then you also got Marcus Jones, who's also been arguably the best slot corner in the league this year. I think the cornerback is just really strong with the Patriots. Safeties, I think you could definitely get that to the Seahawks because I think the Seahawks have the best safety in it with Nick Amon-Rari. Like, if you want to say Nick Amon-Rari, Devin Witherspoon, Tariq Woolen as their 3 best DBs versus the Patriots' 3 best DBs, that's more of a debate. That 3 versus 3 may be the Seahawks, but the entire, like, real defensive back room, I would probably slide Patriots, personally. Run D, I'm going Patriots. Personally, I'm going to have to go Patriots on that. Pass defense, again, this is tough because I don't think you want to pass on the Patriots. But if the Patriots are in zone, which they are likely to do, I might go the Seahawks. Bro. Because the Patriots will troll sometimes with certain play calls. They will be too conservative sometimes. Sometimes this is a man defense that needs to blitz because they don't have great edge. This is a defense that has done a very good job in the playoffs of getting pressure, but there will be some times, you've seen it in the Broncos game where they'll call zone. Like the play where people think Gonzo got killed, that was a cover 4 defense. He should have played it better, but the safety really bit too inside instantly. So, yeah. You can pass on Seattle, bro. I think you can. I do think you can, but I think the scheme is so much better that the pass defense is really making me sway to the Seahawks. And honestly, whenever the Patriots have played good pass teams, like Josh Allen, he really wasn't that consistent on us in the pass game. Like the reason why we was up 21 in that game because Josh Allen wasn't that consistent. When they was able to run on us, that's when they got an issue. I'm trying to think who else. Think about the Ravens. When Lamar was in that game, he wasn't that good. When Derrick Henry was running the game, that's when he was taking off on us. But Milton Williams didn't play those games. Milton Williams plays those games. Those are very different outcomes because when Milton Williams plays and people run on us, it's not the same. It's just not. I'm trying to think of a team that actually was able to pass on us. Geno Smith week 1 is probably the only team I genuinely can say passed on us consistently. Another team was probably the Falcons, but Gonzo got hurt in that. So it's really tough because Geno week 1, Gonzo didn't play. Falcons, Gonzo got hurt. So it's really, I'm not gonna lie. I'm going Patriots. I'm not even gonna lie. That's Patriots. Then scheme, not even close. Not even close. I love Vrabel. He's not the play caller. He's more so the scheme, the game planner. Vrabel has been ridiculous in the playoffs. Baby Belichick is the best defensive coach in my opinion in the league. Play calling, not. This one is a little closer, but like I said, they'll call zone sometimes. I'll probably say them. Defense overall, that's tough. That is tough because because look, it's even. It's even. 3-3. Oh no, that's 4-4. That's even. I'm gonna keep it a beam. It's gonna come down to matchups at the end of the game, at the end, which we're gonna do. But I think that honestly, I'm gonna say the Patriots defense is better. That's tough, bro. In the regular season, the Seahawks defense was better. I'm gonna say the Seahawks defense is better. The reason is because regular season, the Seahawks defense, in my opinion, was a top 3 defense all season. It was them, the Browns, and the Texans, in my opinion. I think towards the end of the season and in the playoffs, the defense for the Patriots has been far the best outside of the Texans because the Browns hasn't had no playoff games, and I don't think the Seahawks has just been that crazy since that second Rams game. The second Rams game, I think the Seahawks defense been okay. I don't think it's been to that same standard as the Texans. The Texans has been the best defense in the league this year. But the Patriots in the playoffs has been ridiculous. Now, the quarterback play against them, like against the Herbert, he was inaccurate. He was missing reads. Stroud, we put a lot of pressure on him. A lot of these quarterbacks, you put pressure on them, it's a bad matchup. So I think Sam Darnold is another one of those guys that I wouldn't be too surprised if Sam Darnold has a very similar game to Stroud. I genuinely wouldn't. Go look at that first game against the Rams. The Rams was getting pressure consistently in the first game. Sam Darnold had 4 picks. He was awful in that game. So I'm gonna just say it. that Rams DB, for them to come away with 4 picks against this team, I wouldn't be too surprised if Sam Darnold have a really bad game in this game. And that could be the overall difference, and people be mad about it. Coaching, in my opinion, I love Baby Belichick. I like Clint Kubiak. I think Mike Vrabel instills a culture and motivation in these players that we are seeing in the playoffs, especially defensively, where they're playing well above the means. I think the scheme, the play calling, I think the Seahawks got that. But all the other things in terms of coaching, which actually does matter, and you can see it with the Patriots. I watched every game with the Patriots this year and last year. Coaching is the one big turnaround. We got some pickups, but I don't think the Patriots as big of a people act like. I think the coaching is the thing. I would genuinely say, I think Mike Vrabel got this one. I'm going to keep it a beat. I think Baby Belichick is really, really good. I think Mike Vrabel is just a better coach, personally, for me. Then we got the trench matchup. Now, we're going to do both sides. O-line versus D-line. I think our O-line actually matches. This is our best matchup for our O-line that we've had in the playoffs. We've had the Chargers. I think they have a better unit defensive line than the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks have an interior. Their interior is going to give us a problem compared to that Chargers, where the Chargers have better edge, in my opinion. But I think the way that they utilize their edges is just different. And I think that the Patriots actually do a good job of blocking up blitzes. Like I said, when it comes to having the extra guys blocking, not just the O-line, I think the Patriots do a better job of that. But when you look at the Patriots D-line versus the Seahawks O-line, I think that's the bigger matchup, in my opinion, because I think the Seahawks have an issue internally that the Patriots could definitely take advantage, especially with the way they've been playing lately. And we've seen what the Patriots D-line did against that Broncos O-line, who had the best O-line in football this year. They dominated them last game. Like, if you look at what the Patriots O-line did to the Broncos D-line, they didn't have that great of a game. They had a couple plays here and there, but compared to what the Patriots D-line did to them, the Patriots D-line dominated that game. So I'm going to go Patriots win the trench matchup, both sides. Wide receiver DB matchup. The thing is, bro, this is what is very interesting, because I think that both teams have very perfect matchups. Devin Witherspoon is more of a slot guy. Diggs is a lot of people look at Diggs as the number one guy. Diggs is not the best wide receiver on the Patriots. Real reason why the Patriots pass offense really struggled against the Broncos, PS2 was ridiculous in that game. I don't think Devin Witherspoon is having nowhere near the same impact of that game. I think Drake Maye had a bad first half, but if you watch that, bro, go watch the film on what PS2 was doing in that game. PS2 put on film one of the best defensive back performances you will literally ever see. Everybody giving hate to Drake Maye, which is deservingly so, because he was bad in the first half even when it wasn't weather. Second half, it was weather came into it. I think fourth quarter, they didn't even try to throw the ball. Bro, go watch what PS2 was doing in that game. He was ridiculous. Genuinely. He was genuinely ridiculous. Actually crazy. But I think Gonzo versus JSN. Cinema. Hey, my hands are up, brother. Hey, cinema. I think PS2 this year was the best cornerback in football, but man to man, I got Gonzo, bro. I got Gonzo versus anybody, man to man, personally. Especially if it's press man. Oh, man, I got Gonzo for surely against anybody, personally. I got him versus anybody. PS2, I ain't gonna lie. Last game, he was stupid. But he ain't do that all year. Like, he's had that in moments, but he did that for a full game. That was crazy. So I give PS2 that. He the best corner. Give him that. But JSN versus Gonzo, I gotta see it. If Gonzo get cooked by JSN, my hands are up, JSN. You got it. I already think you're the best wide receiver, but you already got it. You got it, bro. You got it. You got it. My hands are up. I've seen him guard a lot of wide receivers. You got it, gang. But I'm thinking of, like, Shaheed. I'm thinking of games where we went against speed. Those speedy guys kind of did give us problems. The thing is, Darnold's going to have to have time to get guys like that the ball. I'm trying to think of who are guys that we played against that had speed, that could utilize speed like that. The Bills don't really have that. I'm really trying to think. I'm trying to think who they even put. If they put Carlton Davis on Shaheed, we're getting cooked. I'm telling you right now. He's getting a touchdown. If Carlton Davis ever caught goring him, he's getting a touchdown. But if we got Mark, I don't know who we would even put on him. I'm going to keep it a bean. I genuinely don't know. I'm actually trying to think about it right now. I actually don't know. He may be a matchup problem for us. I'm thinking about it. The way that they use him as like a gadget too, he might be an issue for us. Especially if he can get to the edge. But I ain't gonna lie, edge run defense is actually really good. Our edge pass defense is not great. I actually probably chatted on the edge because our edge run defense is actually really good. But I'm thinking about they DBs versus our wide receivers. Our wide receiver room ain't that good, but our wide receiver room has good matchups. Like Mac Hollins, he's like a tight end at wide receiver. I don't know who they would put on him. Nick Monroe, he's a gadget guy. He gonna blitz, he gonna man coverage guy, but who is he gonna guard? Is he gonna guard Diggs? I don't really know. I'm interested to see who they put on Booty. I think Booty is the person that you kind of got a game plan to take away if you playing the Patriots, in my opinion. But you put too much emphasis on him, then you're going to allow guys like Henry to play, Diggs to play underneath. So I don't know, in my opinion. I think that's why I'm saying when it comes to the Patriots, play calling, they utilize their players well. I don't think the scheme is that great, but I think it utilizes the players well. But we'll see. I'm going to say, because of the Shaheed matchup, I might have to go Seahawks. I was going to go Patriots, but I might have to go Seahawks. Then we got offense versus defense matchup. I think the Patriots offense actually matches well against the Seahawks defense, honestly. I think that the Seahawks is a team that wants to generate pressure, kind of similar to the Broncos. I don't think the Broncos are able to generate pressure with blitzes and stuff like that. And I don't think, if you really, like, you can see it in the Texans game. When you try to blitz Drake Maye, that's not the way. You want to send 4. When they were sending 4, the Patriots struggled. When they was blitzing, Drake Maye had a very good game. He was making plays on that. I think if you watch the Broncos, they weren't that really trying to generate pressure too much, but even when they did, it didn't really work that much. I think if the Seahawks come out here and try to do that, especially if weather's not a factor, that could bite them. Especially when you think about the other side, I think Darnold versus the Patriots, with the way they've been playing in the playoffs, with them trying to generate pressure, they do have 2 weeks to game plan to play the Patriots, but the Patriots also have 2 weeks to game plan to play the Seahawks. So I think this is going to be a very interesting chess match. I think the Patriots offense versus the Seahawks defense is not the same matchup. I think the Seahawks defense gaps the Patriots offense, but I think that's happened a lot of times this year where it's not been the biggest deal. I think because the quarterback play. But in the playoffs, it hasn't mattered with the quarterback play dropping. So it's going to come down to, in my eyes, it's going to come down to Darnold. And Maxie just hit a game winner. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to probably go Patriots. I think the Patriots win this matchup because I think the defense for the Patriots going to get the upper hand in that one again, personally. And I think the game is going to come down to Darnold, personally. Like, if you would have told me this weeks ago, I don't know. But the way the Patriots defense is playing right now, I just don't really see how Darnold going to facilitate the offense against that. I don't really see Darnold. The way the Patriots defense is playing right now, I don't really see how Darnold going to move the ball consistently. Sustain offenses, sustain drives consistently on that. And I think if the Patriots can get 3 scoring drives, 3 touchdowns in this game, I think they can win. Because I think they can sustain drives on the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks, they just need to not have penalties and not have sacks. I think those are 2 keys, and obviously the third is turnovers. Whoever wins the turnover battle will probably win this game, in my honest opinion. So turnovers, sacks, I said something else, and 3 touchdowns, I think. I don't know what else I said. But, yeah, I think those are going to be the 3 keys for both teams. And I think, honestly, I'm going to go Patriots. I think this, hey, by the way, Darnold was one of the leaders in the league in picks. He has not thrown a pick in the playoffs. So, Darnold, low-key, is rising in the playoffs. Drake Maye is playing below. He's playing another top defense. Darnold hasn't really played a top defense in the playoffs. So, I don't know. Something got to shake. Is this going to be where Darnold regrets to the mean? Is this going to be where Drake Maye kind of plays a balance? Is he going to be as good as the regular season? Maybe not against this defense. Is he going to be as bad as he's been in the playoffs, where the weather has been a huge factor in every game? Maybe not. Probably going to be somewhere in the middle. Is Darnold going to be as good as he's been in the playoffs? Is he going to be as... I don't think he was bad in the regular season. I think he's still a top 10 quarterback, but in the regular season at least. Especially early on. After that first Rams, it started to hit a little roadblock. Then the last Ram game, he was fantastic. So, I don't know. It's kind of tough. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think the Patriots win, and I think it comes down to Sam Darnold, personally, in my opinion. I think just like the Chargers game, it came down to Justin Herbert. The Patriots had a turnover inside the 5-yard line. They left with no points. C.J. Stroud, 4 turnovers, one of the wildest pick sixes I've seen in my life. Jarrett Stidham, outside of 1 play, did nothing in that game. I think it's going to come down to another game where the quarterback makes the play. Like, Jarrett Stidham literally lost him the game when he had the fumble You also had the play where they didn't kick the field goal. They went for 2, or not 2, went for the 4th down. I think it's going to be something similar like that in this game, where I think Drake Maye is going to make the plays to finish the game. Think about the Chargers. He made plays to finish that game. Think about the Texans. He made the plays to win that game. Think about the Broncos. It was apparently it was the play call. Apparently nobody knew the play call but Drake Maye, that he was going to keep the ball. But he made the plays. So I think personally it's going to come down to the quarterback play. I think that's going to be the biggest difference regardless of who has the better overall. But I'm going to say the Patriots win this game overall. My personal opinion. I didn't have to put this many Patriots Seahawks, but I did. So that's what it is. That's my personal prediction. Now, when it comes to the score, if I'm honest, bro, like I said, I don't know how much the Seahawks finna be scoring in this game. That's the thing. I think the Seahawks score a range of 17 to 24. 17 points, we win. 24, I'm a little more uneasy about it. I don't know if we win it, they get 24. That's the range I got them scoring. Now, if they score beyond 24, we definitely lost. They score like 30 plus, we definitely lost. I don't see a pathway we win where they get 30 plus, which is a pathway where we could get blown out. Drake Maye has another bad game. Donald just cooks our defense like he's been playing against the Rams, in my opinion. Maybe the Patriots regress back to the regular season, because in the regular season, they weren't as good as they've been in the playoffs. I don't know. Personally, I don't. But Mike Vrabel, we've seen where Sam Darnold in these big games have fallen under. That's most likely what's happened in his career. When it comes to Mike Vrabel in his playoff career, he's always rised. When you think of the Texans or Titans with multiple years defensively, they was always really good, way better in the playoffs. So I don't know. I'm going to say, personally, I could see the Seahawks blowing us out. Honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised. I don't want that to happen. I honestly can see people not going to like this. I can see a way where the Patriots blow them out. I can see a way where the Patriots, because the thing is, when you think about all the things that happen in Rams, like, low key, hold on, let me not say that. I was gonna say I don't see a way where the Patriots are fumbling kickoff returns, punt returns. Wait, I'm not gonna put that out there though. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna put that out there. But I can see a way where the Patriots are getting points from either their defense or special teams. I'm gonna be honest. Think about it. Shaheed could go for 1-2 though. So I don't know. That's interesting. I don't think I've seen anybody get a kick return or punt return on us this year. Has that happened? I don't remember. I think it might have though. But I'm gonna go Patriots. I think Sam Darnold, his reputation is kind of cloud my judgment of this. And I'm a big Drake Maye believer. And I think that's going to be the difference. I don't think Drake Maye is going to play to this level because I think so highly of him. And I think Sam Darnold been very good this year. But I just don't believe in Sam Darnold. I'm not putting trust in Sam Darnold personally. Now, that could be me being blind. That could just me being a Patriots fan. But that's my prediction. I got the Patriots winning. I'm going to go in the middle. I got the Patriots winning 28-20. I think the Seahawks, they get somewhere between 17 and 24. The only way I see them getting beyond 24 is if Drake Maye has his worst game of the playoffs. And I'm not saying he getting a pick and like 5 fumbles against the Texans because there's context to that. I'm not saying the Chargers. I'm saying he has the Broncos is his worst game so far. He had no turnovers in that game. He just wasn't able to move the ball. He has his worst game of the playoffs. The worst game of the season, it would be. It would be the worst game of the season against the Seahawks. And then the Seahawks, on the other hand, we just don't have as much impact on their offense as we should. So, we shall see. I hope that we get, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, y'all know the stuff that's going on with Bill Belichick, man. Bill Belichick, 8 rings, he ain't in the Hall of Fame. Let they even try that with Brady. Hey, you see me? Like, you don't see me. Let they even try that with Brady. I'm not even lying to you, bro. They try that with Brady. That's when the videos get made. That's when the video. I don't even care too much about Bill because Bill kind of be fraudulent. Y'all was giving Bill too much credit at some of them points for Brady success. I ain't gonna lie. So Bill kind of deserved this a little bit. But Brady, let him even try it, bro. I'm not even trolling. Let him even try it. But yeah, I got the Patriots winning 28-20. That's my prediction. You can try to bet that. I wouldn't do it. Be real with you. I wouldn't. I'm betting on the Seahawks. You know what I'm saying? Because if the Patriots lose, I'm leaving with something. But yeah, that's my prediction. Like the video, subscribe. Y'all want more. We're going to do, I guess, the little recap of the Super Bowl when we get there. But yeah, I'm out of here.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!